name is Jules. Today I will introduce my research topic. The topic is the trend analysis of e-commerce. In recent years, e-commerce is an important issue in as a rate. More and more EC-related papers were published in a variety of journals. EC have many publications in form of journal articles and news, books, magazines, and other documents. In addition, individual EC research always reading other EC research papers to understand what the main issues. Therefore, many researchers are difficult to find out the main issue, and EC confused with hundreds of publications in EC field. When you are researching in the EC domain, you have a question about what is the main issues. And they have passed many studies to help people to understand what is the main issues. They use the citation analysis. They use the method is talking about single journal or topic or two journal compared. By single journal, they were discussion about in a single journal what happens in a single journal, what is the main trend. And when second talking about topic, they use the keywords like relation marketing or e-commerce or decision making. They use the keyword search for the title in the database to find the scope and to analyze their data to find the main issues. And finally, two journals compared to the want to know when the two journals, what the relation between the two journals. They want to know what is high quality articles in the two journals. So in this paper, we use the citation analysis and the keyword classifications to help people to understand what is the main issue in e-commerce. And we use the physical network to present a relation network between the different journals. And we can find out the trend and offer the useful information for future research. Literature reviews. E-commerce is a hard issue. They offer many opportunities and create more and more profit. Scholars also focus on different topics, like Tony, they're talking about relation with consumers. Some students were talking about decision making. Some students were talking about the marketing. So they have many studies to talking about the different topics in e-commerce. So the past study always talking about how to help the business into e-commerce and consumer relation management. That's a popular issue in e-commerce. So they have many different topics. So they also have an author to review all the articles in e-commerce and offer the different fields in e-commerce. They offer present field work in e-commerce, like Kaufman. And sometimes they use the citation analysis. But at the beginning, we already talking about single journal analysis, like EZIS, INN, and ISJ. They want to know in a single journal what happened in this domain and what is the high quality author and articles, and what is popular method they used. A topic analysis, just like the beginning we talking about, is using a keyword e-commerce or relation marketing. There's later scope, and you can understand what happened in this scope, and you can see the journal ranking, article ranking, and what is the popular articles researchers prefer to reading. And this different journal analysis, like INN, NSQ, or IZ, EC, and ISR, they were to show the different results between the different journals. The following table is for this is the 7-part study. We can see when talking about single journal, they were always talking about author information and article contents, like a title, university, region. Article content includes a topic and method and object. They want to know in this single journal, most author like to use what the method the author prefer to use, and what is the popular topic in this single journal, and in use the topic like number 3 and 4. They always show a reference, analyze, and journal rankings. And between different journals, they're always talking about the article content and the reference analyze and the journal ranking. So in this paper, the methodology is followed 3 steps. The first is data quality, and number 2 is sample journals, and 3 is classifications. We use the Java program to collect the data from the online journal database and to analyze the information and find the useful information into the data bank. And the number 2 is sample journals. We have top easy journals and traditional ICE journals. The past study showed the results. The top easy journal is IZEC, number 2 is NSQ, the following is e-marketing, JNIS, ISI, measurement science. So IZEC is the top easy journal in this domain. So we choose the IZEC for this paper's simple journals. And ICE journals, the past study showed the ranking. And number 1 is NSQ, number 2 is ISR, and JNIS, measurement science, communication of ACM. And so we chose the top 3 journal for our papers. And the other past study talking about the code IC top 3 journals is NSQ, ISR, and JNIS. And AIS orders top 6 is include JIS, ECIS, and ISJ. The top 9 journals include ESS, CAIS, and IMN. So we choose the NSQ, ISI, JNIS. Finals is the research scope. We can see the IZEC score have 331 articles, and the years from 1996 to 2008. The total articles have 2,044 articles, and have 53,439 references. So final is classification. We choose the keywords from the IZEC 331 articles, and total have 1,309 keywords. And we delete repeat keywords, reminder 99 keywords. And we input the keyword into the EC7 labels, and classify all the articles by program. So we can use this method to understanding in e-commerce what is the main issue and what different topic in this domain. So this is the just for chat. When the articles abstract have a keyword A, B, E, G, and the class 1 keyword A, B, C, class 2 is D, E, F, class 3 is G, H, I. So you can see the abstract keyword B is class 1, and keyword E is class 2, and keyword G is class 3. So the articles is class 1. So we should use the method to classify all the articles, not only the IJEC, but also the traditional ICE journals. So we can present a relation between the different journals, and to help the future research to understand what is the main issue and trends. So thank you for your attention. Any questions?